If you're here for inspiration, you're in the wrong place. If you're here for a takedown, grab your popcorn, or, a steak. Let's dive into the circus. If you're watching, Eddie, I just want to say, I accept bribes, preferably in the form of filet mignon, or, a small offshore account, but mostly steak. Kick.com, where streaming means walking in circles and the real stars are bots. Forget content. Let's talk fake views, lawsuits, and scandals. Welcome to the circus. Watching IRL streamers on Kick is a lot like waiting for your bread to toast. You stare, you wait, nothing happens, and yet, somehow, you convince yourself it's entertainment. At least with toast, you get breakfast at the end. Some streamers even admitted to paying for fake viewers and got banned. Kick denies encouraging it and claims to use anti-botting tools. Then there's the tragic case of French streamer Jean Pormanov, who died on stream after abuse. France is suing Kick for negligence. Australia's regulator threatened a $49 million fine, and EU prosecutors are investigating possible law violations. Kick banned the involved streamers and promised a review. Philosophers once debated the meaning of life. Now we debate whether a guy walking in circles for 8 hours is performance art or just a cry for help. Plato's Cave had shadows, Kick has streamers eating gas station sushi, and now the Los Angeles city attorney is suing Kick for allegedly being tied to illegal sweepstakes-style gambling. So next time you see someone walking around on Kick doing nothing, remember, the real drama is happening off-screen. The golden age of streaming is dead, and Kick.com is here to make sure it stays that way. And just like my uncle's failed pyramid scheme, everyone's convinced they're about to make it big, right up until the moment the lights go out and the bots stop watching. Visionaries on Kick have redefined content. If you call walking around doing nothing content, these pioneers have truly elevated the medium, or buried it. First, let's examine the profound artistry of walking around, with a phone pointed at your face for 8 hours straight, truly revolutionary. These modern-day Shakespeares have mastered the art of saying absolutely nothing of value, while somehow convincing people to watch them do it, for money. Now if we apply Plato's Cave allegory here, these viewers are literally chained to their screens, watching shadows on the wall, except the shadows are just some guy eating cereal, and calling it content. Carl Jung would have a field day with this, the collective shadow self of humanity, manifesting as digital voyeurism and parasocial relationships. And then there's Cookie Guy. Fuck Cookie Guy. Anyway, let's talk about the real drama. Kick's scandals, lawsuits, and the mess behind the scenes, where the bar for entertainment has been lowered so far. It's basically underground at this point. But here's what they don't want you to know. This isn't accidental degradation. This is a calculated assault on human intelligence, designed to lower our collective IQ, one mindless stream at a time. And it's working perfectly. So here's the real punchline. They've successfully murdered an entire medium. The golden age of streaming is indeed dead, and everyone's just dancing on its grave. What a legacy. But the story doesn't end with the scandals you've heard about. Dig deeper, and you'll see the new kings of streaming aren't just guilty of low-effort content. They're entangled in controversies that go far beyond what's visible on the surface. Kick's world is a mess of manipulation, blurred lines, and unchecked influence. It's not just about numbers or drama anymore. Kick is the platform that claims to be a fresh alternative, but the reality is far more complicated. Behind the influencer hype and flashy sponsorships, there's a darker game at play. Kick has been plagued by allegations of artificial view botting, inflating numbers to lure creators and advertisers. And it gets murkier with lawsuits flying over copyright, shady contracts, and the very content said to be revolutionizing the industry. Add to that the constant swirl of scandals, banned creators quietly returning, questionable gambling streams, and a moderation team that looks the other way. The golden age didn't just die, it was replaced by something far more complicated. It's about getting kids hooked on gambling before the inevitable rug pull leaves them with nothing. And now, we turn to perhaps the most mysterious figure in the Kick universe. Steak Eddie, the man, the myth, the steak connoisseur. Who is Eddie? Why does everyone on Kick whisper his name with awe and confusion? Some say he's a billionaire, others say he's a god. But to most, he's simply Eddie Daddy, the omnipresent force behind suspiciously generous sponsorships, the figure behind every streamer's wildest dreams. Picture this, a shadowy figure in a velvet robe, sliding T-bone steaks across a table, briefcases full of bribes, to his favorite creators. Is he bribing them, or just making sure they eat well? No one knows. Everyone wants a bite. Eddie's legendary status is built on whispers and memes. Did he invent viewbotting? Can he single-handedly unban a streamer with the snap of his fingers? Did he tip $100,000 just for pronouncing Wagyu correctly? The answers are lost to time, probably buried under a mountain of steak sauce. While everyone debates his gambling empire, we're still not sure if Eddie even knows what a slot machine is. For all we know, he thinks RTP stands for Ribeye Tasting Party. Who could blame him? So here's to Eddie, the only man who could be called daddy on a live stream and no one bats an eye. The king of kick, the sultan of steak, the legend who keeps the platform sizzling. All hail Eddie, may your steaks be rare, and your bribes medium well. In the world of kick there are many mysteries, but none quite as delicious, or as baffling, as Steak Eddie.